They're diligently hanging around.
They're dedicated.
It's
believe
pretty impressive, to be honest.
None of my browsers.
I would have quit.
So we're good.
They're like, how many disconnects? Fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah,
I
so
guess this is a good time for me to start retweeting.
Let's
them
watch
a lot
Office
again.
reruns.
The best part
Just
is this has caused 3 pings to Fruit Zola's computer.
yeah,
Because he's like, oh, I think our only watcher who actually has notifications turned on. So I think he gets it every time.
well, it should be up now, so I'm seeing it at least.
I see it. It looks good.
It
Clint's
looks
currently
good.
missing because he's out back beating his computer to death. So
Yeah.
he'll be back in a
it's
moment.
like the
won't he?
scene from Office Space where they're destroying the printer.
Yes, it's very much like that. I think going on right now.
PC load letter. The fuck does that mean?
All right, so we're starting to see a trickle of people coming back in. That's good. So I got
Yeah, I
6
gotta
of
say,
us.
I'll tweet everything back out again now that we got it fixed.
So if you're there, thanks for putting up with some technical fouls up in here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Should be running off the ye old Chicago internets these days. So that hopefully will be a little better.
Ye old Chicago.
Ye old Chicago. Won't be doing any fancy screen work with maps, unfortunately, but we'll do this.
We'll do this.
All
And I'm
do
gonna
this.
stop putting work into this.
Sorry, man.
Everybody's not gonna see it. I'm gonna leave it.
Hey, thanks for the bits there, Air Laser.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Oh,
you.
sympathy bits.
Sympathy bits. Exactly.
Everybody loves
I'll
little sympathy
take 'em.
bits.
Got a Terminator up in here for the 100. Okay.
Nice.
And a million Clint faces.
That's me.
It was a
I'm
little
gonna make
mean.
him smile, even if he can't right now.
Yeah.
I did that.
Well, we gotta get on the ball. We got like 3 emotes to make.
That's
like,
true.
that we've earned.
We got to have some recommendations while we're waiting for people to trickle back in
Yeah,
here.
why everybody's getting back in here?
Oh,
What kind of
emotes?
do you guys want to have? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, we get.
Fruitzilla.
Mhm.
Like,
We definitely need one.
We're already
for-
working on one.
Everybody
We have a
is a
Godzilla in
subscriber.
silhouette that is made out of fruit.
because- yeah.
It's just going to be that. Just like screaming into the waste. Just raining bits out of his mouth like a freaking gamma radiation bomb.
Raining bits.
I tried making a couple of our custom emotes, and what I learned is that I'm still horrible at art. That's what I learned.
We got a Porsche Wind Cup out there. That's pretty nice.
Oh, look at that. Just in case.
Yeah, I know, Air Laser. I
Just
got the
spamming
same
your
thing
thing.
going on because I'm actually in all those discords too. So the people at Grouch Couch and Air Laser were nice enough to set up a team chat. So when either us, Litching Hour, Air Laser, or them go live, it automatically spams our link into their channel, into their Discord.
Yeah,
So
I bet
every
they're
time
loving
we've
that.
disconnected and restarted, it's put it back in there again. on all 3 of those.
Spam it.
Get some of that.
Spam it. Spam it, Janet.
So I see them all on
Spam
my
it.
Spam it,
Janet.
Oh, that was terrible.
Airplane? I can't remember. Is it
No,
Leslie
I am
Nielsen, right?
shivering with
It's not
anticipation.
that's
Yep,
Rocky
that is
Horror.
definitely Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, never mind. I don't remember what it was.
That's Air Laser. You're not in my official lineup because you have yet to send me a logo and a stream schedule like I've asked you to, 500 or 600 times.
Dang,
Just
somebody
saying.
just got called out.
She says
Unsub,
she's not even in
leave
my
channel.
official lineup, and I'm like, that's
Get
because
her,
every time
Ray.
I put a post out, I
Get
never do
her.
anything.
That's your plan. Get her. Great. Classic.
Clint, where you at, buddy?
I'm looking forward to it when he just suddenly sits back down. I'm like, oh, by the way,
Just
we're live
covered in blood.
You know the best
Right.
part is his camera and computer has froze, and he's sitting there. We
He's
just
actually
don't know.
sitting
my
there the whole time.
Oh, that would be awful.
Oh
Like, it's possible
He would be
that
so
he's
mad.
there and we don't even know. Like,
He'd be so mad.
I
the worst
feel like
time
we would have some raging text messages coming out.
Yeah, that would be like the icing on the cake. for him.
Yeah.
well, we're gonna get him as soon as his computer restarts. Don't you worry.
Well, should we do some in-character chat around him that he won't even
Yeah,
be hearing?
yeah.
Yeah, we asked him a question, and then we're just gonna totally have a sidebar conversation.
Group
Thinking
huddle,
of an
everyone.
answer.
Let's do some role playing here while the audience exists.
Fair.
Yeah.
Before it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, while he collects his thoughts, guys, we've got a lot of potential, irons in the fire here. And this is our favorite part of the evening, where we just go round in circles and discussions about the same topic.
Well, since we have
True.
2 irons in the fire, we have
There he is.
pigs.
Look at that. It seems suddenly like some kind of information's coming back.
Oh, he's drinking.
I
It's
can't
like-
believe it.
Oh,
it's like
man.
we've summoned him. He's got coffee and
He's got booze.
Bailey's Irish.
You know the night's gone well when Kodo is
Yes.
suddenly drinking.
Good night, worried.
Bailey's, if you're out there and you're watching, we will gladly take a sponsorship.
Oh, hell yeah, we will.
Bailey.
Yes, Bailey's.
It'll roll 20s.
We're in.
Get ourselves delicious Baileys. Creamy.
Bailey's.
Creamy Baileys.
All
I'm
right,
up,
so we have-
Greg.
Old.
Just
All
to
right.
get Clint back up to speed, we're actually live, Clint.
Yeah,
So,
we're
Oh,
up
yeah.
and at 'em. Everybody is quiet. Great.
everyone
Air
except-
Laser knows what I'm talking about.
Old Greg.
This is Bailey's. Bailey's a bit bigger. Bailey's so close you get your eyes wet.
Now on Great British Bake Off.
Oh, old Greg.
Well, I will try to turn them up somehow. But in the meantime, we're here.
All right, at least they can hear us, and at least we are alive again. So
To recap,
Yeah.
a question was asked of Koto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
What happened to your former, now
Associates.
former companions?
I found Ajo locked in a room. He had been tortured by my 3 companions.
Tortured?
Yes.
Ajo looks in your general direction, and you see he holds up his hand. You see his right hand, his middle index and ring finger have been mangled and healed wrong.
Ooh.
And you see that the back of his hand is missing. The back of his fingers are missing scales.
Apparently, my journey was a cover-up for a sect within our society.
To do what?
To learn how much magic the outer races had
Hmm.
and how we could fight.
I
You mean
see.
the outer races like the Waven?
No, you, and I point to Skeezer, and you. Anything outside of Katangir.
Well, it would make
To what
sense if
end?
you're unsure of what's out beyond your own. You'd want to, at least test the waters, so to speak.
Vitrak steps closer. They hid an artifact on our ship that I suspected that the crate in which it hid was not what it appeared to be. I didn't entirely know what it was until much later.
Hmm.
It is some sort of weapon. And the majority of our entire journey was to see if your people could detect it.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
That is strange.
But why would they torture you over that?
When the ship went down, I immediately went to see if I could use the distraction to get it out of the possession of the ship, to simply get it off board, into the water, away. Some of them were there and attacked me. My brother saved Ralithe off the ship, and then I ended up in the water. And then our ship was damaged, but now we know that Pig sails it. Regardless, they spend a great deal of time looking for it, so they don't have it. I believe they did have it for a time, and Ralithe, after she joined them as survivors, hid it while they slept. They attempted to capture her. Ajo protected her and she ran. That is why Ajo was being harmed. I have no confirmation if they ever had it, but I know they seek it still.
So, where is its location now? On the island? Or on the boat with Peg?
Or at least your teacher would know where she hid it, but she's somewhere on the island. All we know is she just ran.
I have more questions than I have answered. I surveyed this from a distance because they were suspect of me for some time. Oddly, within a day or two, Kodo was able to have their confidence and learn more than I could.
Well, I came across a stash of stuff from your boat, the bottom of the seafloor, guarded by what I thought were mermaids. They were not mermaids. It was some sort of sea creatures.
Like the elves, the blue elves.
No, these things were more akin to the Verbals, like some sort of deranged fish people.
Okay.
They too were into the torture game and took my arm. But I believe it was because they feared my casting abilities. Thought that taking my arm would keep me from escaping via some sort of spell. They'd taken the arm of several others as well. Luckily, I believe my arm is still with the crate. With any luck, might be able to locate where it's at.
Assuming the crate's important. I'm kind of worried about your teacher, though. They're alone somewhere out in the middle of this island.
My priority is my brother and Kodo. If we can also save our mentor, I would. But we have more questions than answers.
Well, what do you think, Kodo? It was you who brought up your mentor. Do you want to find them?
I would like answers. She is not a pleasant person, but she has a right to leave. Skeezer,
Yeah?
I have a few things for you.
Oh, really? Oh, well, what's that?
I believe you can read these.
Let's see, what are those?
I hand you 2 spellbooks.
Oh,
Oh,
I can certainly read those.
right.
And I will.
Your old friends. They were, yeah.
Well, let's take a look here. Let's see what's in there.
I don't have reverb on my voice.
Well, I'm glad you're all safe. Well, relatively.
I'm afraid there's more I have to handle
Oh,
if we meet the others.
well, we have one back on our boat. She was nice enough to message you, she said, and
Yes,
let us know about you. She's okay?
I have a score to settle with Labadagas and Zerzig. They will also receive Curse Kiss.
It sounds pretty lethal.
I have a pretty good idea, yeah, what that might mean.
Sorry, guys. I feel like I totally spaced out during that whole thing, but sounds like it's very important information that just came out.
Nothing happened.
Well, we might
I wasn't
want to
fixing
try
the
and see if we
stream.
can, help you find your... If they have some more answers, maybe they could... we always need more answers around here, right?
Yeah, the more we can learn, the better off we are.
Well, I guess what we need to do is prioritize what it is we'd like to accomplish first.
Well, the more I've thought about it, if we want to try to capture Peg, at least keep him alive for a certain amount of time to get some information out of him. I feel like if we hit his compound before he's there, he could get advance notice that we have gone there.
Right, if
Are
we...
you sure he's going to his compound first?
No. it's
We
just-
don't know, but I'm worried that if we hit it and make an attack and word gets out, then he's going to be even harder to find, and if he attacks us, he'll try to ambush us or whatever. I feel like
We'd have to make
if
sure
we
no
can
one
know where
escapes.
he is and we can ambush him, we are in an advantage. And as powerful as he seems to be, I don't want to give him any additional advantage if we can avoid it.
Seems to make sense.
I think when he returns, he will return to Volosans first. He will find it under new management. He'll find it wrecked, mostly destroyed. I don't think at that point I don't think at that point we'll be able to catch him off guard.
Maybe.
If
That
the
would
Wallen are
be-
in the seas, they will have told him before he gets
Mm.
full of sand.
And the one thing that we do know now, so we know that it's going to take a few weeks for Peg to come back, maybe, at least one. It's a week or two journey to where you said you might know where Joina is. It sounds to me like the most pressing thing is you have a companion, your former your mentor, who's lost and potentially in danger somewhere on the island right now. That sounds like to me like the most pressing need. That's someone who's in danger we can maybe still save and learn some things from. The other two sound like things that we either need to put a lot of time into, and during that time, who knows what will happen to. How long ago did she run away? How long ago did this all happen? Has she been out in the wilderness long?
Had a nice explodey sound there.
We crashed. Time's a little hazy after. The way Kodo tells it, he spent 2 weeks in the mine, which would mean that it was during that time that my brother and Ralithe found the others. And then at this point, Ajo speaks up. By the time we had washed ashore and found Adris and Ednog, we had already been searching for about 5 days. When we reconnected with them, Zalathe knew that one of the two crates was the one in question, was bad or important, mysterious. I didn't entirely understand what she was talking about, but it's not my place to question her. Chances are, if she believes something, she is correct. It's best to follow her lead. She said that she was going to do something that would upset them. And that's all she said. And the next morning, it would have been on the 8th day since we crashed. Right after breakfast, they were fighting. And then I saw Zorfak start to cast at her. I threw myself in the midst of it, and Zalathe ran. After that, it was another 2 weeks before before my prayer was answered. My walked right in like all the pain was a nightmare that was over. And then my sister, and then I was free.
Well, I'm always for getting more information about what's going on, and if they seem to, if your mentor knows more about what they were doing, and if this is also somehow how you came across the information about Joina and your people knew something, all we know is they might be trying to kill a god, and that sounds pretty big and scary. More info is probably always good before we just go run into someone who thinks they could become a god, right? I'm all for being cautious here, is all I'm saying.
Well, if
I don't
Joanna's
know
trying
about
to do
this.
such a thing, will definitely be better to take her while she's at this mine than when she gets back to her whatever fortress she may have out there in the Woven City.
I agree. If she's on land,
Seems like an
she'll
advantage
be
for
easier
us.
to take on.
And that time period may not be very long.
Well, then, if it's your mentor, Kodo, so if you think that they can take care of themselves out there, and you think it's more pressing that we, while you know that she's on land, and we get her then, I'm for it. I agree. If she gets back into the water, we're definitely at a disadvantage there.
It's a good opportunity, I guess.
I also have more information of the ancient that's living on the island.
Oh, the big green glass shard dragon thing?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you find out?
He has a small lair off the islands. We would have to go by ship. But if for some reason there's no way out of this storm, perhaps we can play him a visit.
You want to visit the giant ancient dragon?
Elder, yes.
And they'll be not inclined to eat us.
He is an elder. He does what he wants.
So why go?
I said if we could not find a way out of here, perhaps he could lead us. Or eat us.
Well, it's a better option than none.
Suppose
Yeah.
both are ways out of here.
That's true.
And
Okay.
they
Right.
tend to take kinder to their children than you all.
Well, that's good.
Hmm.
You'll probably do the talking then, if we do that. How about as a last resort, though? I don't know how keen I am. I've seen that thing fly overhead a few times. It's big. It's not as
Mhm.
scary as one of the sky mouths, but it's pretty scary.
You should see Katangir. Beautiful.
I mean, I'm sure I could take your word for it. So, I guess we get back to the boat and
To head to this mine.
head
Sounds
south.
like.
Are you okay with this, H.O.?
I'm free. You got me out. I will follow your lead, brother. Wherever you choose to go, I'm going to be behind you.
And you know, Kodo, the way that your friend back on our boat sent a message to you, like magically somehow, I think maybe they can do one for your mentor. Maybe they can somehow get a message to her.
It's possible. I didn't know she was capable of that.
She was really helpful. We would have never known you were out here if not for her.
I killed all of her guildmates, though.
She seemed to have some understanding, but not really. You'll probably have to do a bit of explaining. Hopefully that goes okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, guess we'll just walk back then. Awkward.
So you guys begin the long trudge back. You make it to the ships. Vula Sands. At this point, it is a full day for you to get back to the ships. And that's with you moving at a steady clip.
Hmm.
It's now super late at night. It's got to be like 1 or 2 a.m. when you finally get back. There are lanterns lit all around Vula Sands. The tent city is back up the market. It isn't nearly what it was, as opposed to like 8 stalls. It's only like 3. But you see 6 of these super tall 15-foot conch shells that stick vertically out of the surf. You don't see an opening in them, and they all seem submerged about 30 feet into the wave line. And you see occasionally Wavin leave one and move up, and there's burbles all over the place.
Well, I guess we pull anchor and, or do we want to rest for the night or start moving right now? What do you guys think is best? I'm sure most of the crew's probably sleeping.
Sorry,
I
I've had my
believe
nose in a book
Vidrek-
this whole time. I have no idea what's happening.
I believe Vidrek and I have something to settle first.
Do you want us to give you some privacy, or do you want us to stay by in case do you think she'd get violent?
Yes, we are getting violent.
Oh, no talking first?
If you would like to witness, you may.
Okay.
Let me move us to...
She did help us. Is that the one who helped us find you? You're gonna go...
No,
Oh, okay.
that is Kilris.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just I got a little
He's just
confused.
trying to say y'all look alike. Is what he's trying to.
I'm pretty positive that is in fact racist.
I am not Skeezer.
Jeez.
Well, it's good to know. I never know when Skeezer's.
Damn, that was too much.
Pour fresh Baileys.
I poured all the bottle in there.
Well, all right then.
All right. I got a all black map so far.
Oh yeah. I forgot. You
Vision.
guys aren't even on this map.
Oh, that's you guys. I'm on this map. It's a
You
great map.
guys.
Use guys over there.
I got nothing.
Maps.
So you envious ones out there, you can't see the map because I'm not going to show it to you. It's this gorgeous island map.
You'd have to set up the map.
Yeah, it looks all real. It's like a top down. It's got like beautiful art. European went all out making this like real, like, you know, super beautiful zoomed out map.
Photoshop
Got
is
some boats.
my bane and my blessing. It
Looks
is
tremendous.
And
Just for us though. Just for us.
I'm about to make you guys
Yeah,
probably
sorry.
too big. Yep, you're giants. Okay, hold on.
I like it.
No.
I'm now on the map twice again. This is awesome. I just keep duplicating.
I'm telling you, you just go to a different
Skeezer,
town.
yes.
You find a new version of yourself. It's a different class.
I mean,
Has
I
a
can
different
cast mirror image, but usually they can't move that far away from me.
It's pretty amazing. Maybe that's what happened. That's where I started.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the other you doesn't have the right arm for the situation.
Just go ahead and leave
so-
Skeezer that big. It'll be great.
No, we already had
I'll be like
time
40 times
before-
bigger than everybody.
Nah, man, that other me down there is missing his arm
We
too.
already had ape time. That's good.
Yeah, right.
The ape will ride again.
I think it will.
The ape will ride again.
Okay. That's you guys, and now I gotta find everybody else on this island. Balron's on here, like hidden in a building or something like that.
I'm actually in one of those
He's on
colored
purple.
tiles with a blood splatter and two wobbin that I don't know, murder or something. They're just hanging out.
Yep, it's on the
I don't
left.
know what's going on. It's,
Okay, that's done. We can just get that out of there.
Don't worry about that.
Else
That's
are
gonna
you? Are
happen.
you on like the road,
No,
something
I'm
like that?
no, I'm where you had me.
You're on the boat. All right, good. Everything's
on a boat,
fine.
motherfucker.
Back to
everything
the-
is right with the world once again.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever
Never
forget.
It's a wide boat, man. It's real
I'm
wide.
on a boat and she's going fast, and I got a nautical theme, Pashmina Afghan.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I'm happy to give you some backup for whatever you're gonna do, Kodo, if you think you need it.
I hope we don't.
So did I just overhear that Koda was gonna murder some of his people again?
I maybe.
Hmm.
You said we can witness.
Witness.
I'll get the chrome.
Bro.
Bauer's just quite interested to hear this. He's waiting to. He almost is curious to see Kodo just uncork on somebody. So he's just gonna find a good vantage point from which to watch. Pull up a bottle of rum.
Guess we're about to find out
Ho
why.
ho ho.
Those two, you find out, are not aboard the Grit. They are along with everybody else that are on the Veil.
Mm.
You find out that besides the like inner circle, which is pretty much the halflings,
Mhm.
and the dwarves, those that you guys got pre-storm, everybody else that isn't a halfling or one of the dwarves is aboard the Veil.
Mhm.
The
So most
only
of the
one's
open minds.
exception is Righton and Kizzy, and that's it.
I like the fact that our halflings are antediluvians.
Pre
That's awesome.
pre-storm.
Pre-storm. Pre-storm.
Well, then we need to hail the ship.
It is actually set up with a tow line. The two are actually currently anchored together. So it's as simple as like going over to the edge and just yelling, or if you want to use magic or some sort of.
Do we have a
Signal
rowboat?
poison.
Yep, it's right over there.
We should.
And if not, here is a floating disc.
Get in a rowboat with everyone
how it
if
is.
possible and
Definitely join you.
Sure, I'll
go
go
over to the Vale.
Captain Casey is there to set you guys up and bring you aboard. When you are, Kilris greets you immediately. She's like, Koto, I'm so very happy that you are safe and that this has gone as well as it possibly could. I don't understand. Do you know what is going on?
No.
What should I do?
Justice.
By your hand. And she scoots out of your way.
And I look for Labadagas.
You find her, and she's with Zerzig. And I gotta punch up a thing.
Punch it up.
She is with Lorcan and Carius. And they all are below decks, and when they see you, Koto, I had heard that you had left, but you had met some of ours. Is that true?
Yes.
Who did you meet? What has become of our ship?
I met Kattingir's shield. And I take my hammer out and begin to swing towards her face.
Whoa!
That was quick.
Escalation.
All right, roll to attack.
She knows what she did.
We assume.
I assume she knows what she
She knows what she did.
I assume I'm on good information.
did. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I assume the
Paladin
things I've
fictional
heard.
man.
Yeah. It's a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
In the face.
Anticipation of damage.
It's this long wait, all this tense, and he's like, 104.
Yeah. Sorry.
78.
One shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill.
No, it's not. It's 40 though.
It's
God.
40.
It's only 40.
It's only 40.
It's only
40.
40. It's only 40.
Oh my god.
You know, sometimes any character possessed by the feeling and emotional spiritual connection of the Clint is devastating.
With the moment he says Katangir's shield, her eyes
Rolling that one.
stay calm and looks a little puzzled. And then the moment the hammer's out, her hands go up to defend, and you see one hand is reaching for a weapon that is not there. And she gets knocked to the ground as you hear a visceral crunch with bones breaking. She screams out, And Zerzig's like, Kodo, stop this madness!
No, let it all out.
I did.
She is unarmed. You would do this here? You are being like them. We are of dragon. If you have a dispute, we speak first. This is not our way. What is this? You call this justice?
Tell me, did you speak to Vitrak before you attacked her in the bowels of our own ship while under attack? Tell me, did you? Or would you rather tell her?
She lies. I would never harm. I do not harm our people.
Oh, maybe
This
Aju
place.
could say otherwise.
And Ajo steps out, and then he holds on to Libatagaz. He's like, Sanctuary, please.
Parlay.
I look at Vitrak.
I don't know. She pulls in close to you. Perception check if anybody wants to attempt to hear this.
Sure.
Sure, let's see if I blow out my eardrums with the dice roll.
I'm not sure Bauer cares enough.
Yeah, probably not.
It says perception,
Ugh,
right?
Pretty bad. 7.
I was just taking swigs.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to start paying attention.
Ooh, I almost got a 20. Not quite.
That's awesome. Then Skeezer hears this. We are better than them. If this is what we do, we should do it the right way. We should accuse, and they speak. And if it ends with the evidence saying what I know is true, or at least something we can all agree to judge, then we have to take them home, Kodo. They attacked me, and I want them dead, but they shouldn't die here, Kodo.
Like all of the others.
There's
This
too
whole
few of
trip
us.
is because of them.
Everyone on this trip signed on knowing what it could become.
Which was a lie.
The trip was a lie, but the circumstances that led to them attacking me, that's piracy. They attacked. What happened? The other 3. I bear you no ill will or judgment. They willingly harmed my brother for weeks. That is a crime unto itself, worthy of the kiss. I don't know what these 2 are. But if we must kill them, we should do it the right way, and this feels wrong.
This is done in your vengeance. So if you choose to let them live, I will honor your wishes.
Thank you, Koda. And Zerzig's looking up like, please. I don't want to die over something we can talk about.
Then start speaking.
Heal her. Please.
Do I need to lower the gangplanks?
Not yet.
Good, because I'm not sure we installed them.
And she's looking up and she's shaking her head. She's like, no, it's too important. And then she's starting to fade out from pain. He's like, if you heal her, I will answer anything you need to know. She's grabbing him. She's like, please.
I look at Vitrex.
She nods. Information is more important than vengeance at this point.
I put my hand on her.
So we'll just say that she.
Gonna do cure wounds, huh? She's gonna be like 3. I did it technically.
She stops bleeding.
I did.
Though she is still
technically.
I mean, that is healing.
It's true. Sorry, I did my best.
We are Gear's first line of defense against the outside. This trip was to ensure that should outsiders ever wish to visit us unwelcome, that we would have the power to stop them and to assess their arcane prowess. It is the kind of thing that the Bastion mind. So we moved against the Bastion. They do not know what's best for our people.
Coda, what do you think? Do we really have somewhere we can keep them prisoner? Are we worried they're going to do something?
You have a number of dozen in here that are willing to assist with guard duty, or you guys essentially have available to you a second party, so to speak. They're not as high level as you guys, but they are dedicated.
Vitrek is right. They need to go back to Gear. Their crimes told. And judgment passed.
Her grace shines through you, Koda.
No, I don't know much about Cricket Gear, but it's nowhere near Glassgate, is it?
No.
Well,
But it is on the other side of the storm.
presumably.
I don't care how they get back. I will put them on this rowboat and let them swim.
Well, if we take Peg out, we'll be able to get your old boat.
Labadagaz is looking
That is
around, nervous, scanning the eyes of the crowd.
No, you said they were. These are your magic casts?
Zurzig is mostly keeping a hand on her, cradling her, and watching Kodo. Occasionally, as all of you are piping up, he's sort of tracking and she is a gold, guys. He is a white.
Are we worried they might? I mean, I know you had spellbooks from the other two Kodo. Are we worried these two might try and magic themselves out of here, or what should we be worried about?
I know nothing of these two now. So you tell me, do I need to be concerned?
I don't know them.
I'm looking towards Labadagaz.
She shakes her head very tersely, just. Zurzig just caresses her shoulder, trying to calm her. Kodo, we need you to go. We will not jeopardize that. We just want to go now.
I have other plans.
Then we wait.
But perhaps Vitrek and Ajo will take you home.
Ajo's like, perhaps the sun will shine out of my ass. Of course, yeah.
I
Then
like
she
it.
nudges.
He can
Vitrek
stay.
shoves. Vitrek nudges him. He's like, taking them home. This is horseshit.
Balrin, you were speaking.
Oh, I was just saying, I actually like this one. He can stay. As for the other two, well, if you can't trust them, Kodo, you can't vouch for them, they're nobody to me.
No, but we still have our customs.
Yes, of course.
And if the accuser wants them to live, they will live.
Well, if they step out of line, we know how to deal with troublemakers. We put them in little boxes, and you remember how that went.
It's a skeezer
Oh.
threat right there.
Yeah, we put them in boxes, and then we shake the boxes.
That's exactly right.
We just shove like glass in there, and then shake it up some.
We have to turn them into rats first, though.
We're gonna do that too.
It's easily a possibility here. So I don't think we
Tell me.
really have too much to worry about here.
Labadagaz.
Kodo,
Why? Why did you attack your own?
because she was touching something that did not belong to her.
You think it belongs to you.
Belongs to those that protect Kadengir.
Because you found it.
It was given to us by the Father.
When it's found, it will be taken by the Mother. You two will go home. I will see to that. But know that she will possess it from now on.
Kodo, hundreds have died to make sure that is in the correct hand.
What is
It
it
can't-
again?
Hundreds of us. So you have more blood on your hands than I thought. Is that what you just confessed to me?
It will keep us safe.
She will keep us safe.
She's a compromiser. She would have
She
them
is a
come to her.
healer. You are the destroyers. That has always been your problem. The Father does not know compassion, only hate, destruction.
Kerr's right is the right of the world, as is Dragon above. She would have them crawl on our sands, take our things, and change our children. And that is her healing. Kodo, listen to yourself. You've been around them for too long already. They have you believing they have power. They have you believing that their way is equal to ours.
You are aware you stand on a pirate ship right now.
Privateers.
I don't
Paul.
think you'll be dictating much in the ways of what goes on a boat. Maybe you should leave the sailing up to those of us who do the sailing. Items need to be checked with the quartermaster.
She then says in Draconic, Kodo, by the time this is done, we will outlive them all, and they will have destroyed themselves. It's what they do.
We cannot forever hide on Katangir. The fruits of this one expedition is proof of that.
She tries to talk, and Zerzig puts a hand on her. When you would ask, I will answer anything in exchange for our safety and passage. Thank you for your generosity. She is hurt, and this place wears on our kind. My apologies. All Ishar's grace on all. Thank you. You see her wince when he invokes Ishara's name on their behalf. Ajo spits on Labadagaz and then goes back up top. And Vertig just watches.
I leave as well.
I guess that's our cue as well, guys. Kind of wobble off of here.
You're muted, Skeezer. Not Skeezer, sorry,
Yeah, I
Fulcrum.
suppose so. That was really
I
intense.
was like, what? That's a problem.
Captain Casey,
Yeah.
Command is yours once again. We leave
Do I
the
have to
Vale.
keep this shit show aboard my boat? Can you take it?
Sure as fuck isn't coming aboard mine.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Don't have to get testy about it.
The captain of this armada, goddammit.
Borin's so much
As you please,
happier if he lost
Captain.
an arm.
And once again, thank you. Captain, and she's talking to you, Bowern. What are we calling my boat here? Does she have a name, and is it my right to name it, sir?
Didn't we name it the other day?
I thought we did. I was
like
trying to
the-
think. I was like,
I
I
think it
thought
was
we
like-
gave it
it's
a
the
name.
It
promise
was like
kept,
the
I think.
compromise or something. I think it was the compromise.
Compromise.
Because it was like totally kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, cut some corners. Build that one.
You can, of
Oh,
course,
man.
name it whatever you like, though.
No, we gave it a name. Bauer would remember what it is, but I don't remember what it is.
don't
I thought we
remember.
jokingly referred to it as the tolerance because
The
you
tolerance.
Tolerance.
That's what
Okay.
it was. We named it the
Thank you,
tolerance
that was it.
because you tolerate all these NPCs.
because that's
Yes.
that's what we could all the people we barely tolerate. That's right. So it's
I
about,
can't
that's what
vote
Bauer
for
will say
tolerance.
to her.
and
Bauer
Smash
will go,
someone in the face.
Bauer
Nice.
will be like, "Yep, your ship is the tolerance."
Aye, aye. Sure. The tolerance. Great. So she goes back up to the wheel. You hear under the breath like, fucking tolerance?
I apologize to you all.
Well, I mean, you did give us a little bit of fair warning that it was probably going to get violent.
I let my anger get the best of me. I murdered the other three in their sleep.
Oh,
Wow.
well, that's some information.
I'm not judging.
I mean, if they were
They
spellbound-
tortured Ojo.
Right. No, I'm not saying you were wrong to do it, Kodo. Just, we've all been through what sounds like quite a bit since we all last saw each other.
There are others still on the island.
Others are your people?
Yes. With them.
I don't know how many more we can fit aboard these boats.
These won't be ones that we bring.
They don't need to return to your homeland for justice the way this one does.
No. These two have to go back. Because the accuser said so. The others? No.
I don't claim to understand your customs, and frankly, I don't care to understand them. But if you say we have to go kill some of your brethren, I suppose we can make time for it.
I won't go hunt them. But if they find me, I will end them.
Did you say this place where they're at, this island, it's nearby where is this a different place than where we think Joina is? Or where you heard?
I don't follow.
Well, you said you had information about a few things when you came back and told us. One where you thought where Joina and her most,
Oh,
top
yeah.
guards were. This is a different place where the island where your people are being held?
No, no.
Is
There were
this-
other survivors.
Oh,
But they are with Kattingir's shield.
The shield. That's the thing that all this is over, is the shield.
Yes.
The thing that you can't touch because it doesn't belong to you.
As they say. Now knowing that hundreds have died, no quarter will be given.
Then let's go get us a shield.
I agree.
Well, it is like 3 in the morning though, so we probably should sleep first.
Sure, first thing in the morning then.
We'll sleep first thing in the morning.
Makes about as much sense
And we're
as
out.
After the murder, we'll sleep in the morning.
I had no idea our party was so neutral.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
very neutral.
we always have been.
This particular unit.
Well, it's your people's business, and you were giving us a good.
Yep.
I mean,
No, I
don't
mean,
listen to-
I'm looking at chat.
The actual
Yeah.
we
Our actual
posted our
alignments.
actual alignments in there,
Yeah.
and everybody's pretty neutral. Like,
Well, we all learned to not be selfish and evil. Because that party didn't last very long.
Mhm.
talking about.
We were the party of don't give a shit. And the second we saw, like,
The
hey,
moment
fuck
the
up.
moment
I
there
showed
were
you
guys
fucks
fucked
to
up.
take,
I'm out.
everybody had 0 fucks to give, and they were gone.
We were
I should
out.
note Fulcrum is actually chaotic good,
Chaotic good. Oh, okay.
Nice.
not neutral good.
Fulcrum's the good guy.
I was close.
Chaotic makes sense for sure.
Oh, he's a really
not,
good guy.
He's not neutral good. He's chaotic.
Evil campaigns can be fun, Air Laser, but
They're
they are a
hard to
little
make
tricky
work.
to pull off. Especially if everybody's really good at playing evil, it gets really hard to play an evil campaign.
Mhm.
Evil campaigns work best when people who are in it are not actually good at being evil.
I think we really try hard to justify big decisions that our characters make. And in that one, we were like,
The only time
I
I've seen
want to stay
evil
together,
work-
but my character wouldn't.
the only time I've seen evil work with a campaign is when 1 or 2 characters in the group are evil, but manage to sneak it under everybody else's nose.
Yeah.
So there's a cool in-out conflict, but most importantly, the evil characters are still loyal to the group.
Yeah.
That is awesome, and that works great. But then, like,
What got modded
yeah,
on
the
that?
evil murder train is just like that's
did
like
not-
every
it did not like the term
vampire
OT.
Sabat game I've ever seen. That's just like, let's just kill a whole city because we can.
Yeah, right.
I think that's the point of vampires.
It got modded because it says it did not like the term O space T period.
I have no idea what that stands for.
Nice.
You know, Twitch had some update like a month ago, and since then it's got a whole new list of words that it doesn't want you using. I don't understand. Like Skeezer's name, we can't type Skeezer's name into video descriptions.
So
It will
ridiculous.
not let us post them if we do.
He must
Like,
have just taken
it's
all of
weird.
Urban Dictionary, just like,
The
there you
entire
go.
Urban Dictionary. got
All
dumped
of
in
Urban
there or something.
Dictionary.
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
what's his
something-
name?
it's
Jeffrey?
really weird.
No, that is right out. That is offensive.
No skeezers. Mm-mm.
No skeezers.
None,
apparently.
not one.
Not even one.
No skeezers were given that day.
No skeezers were harmed in the making of this production.
That's terribly not true.
Fulcrum,
Yeah, Kodo, yeah?
I ever tell you the history of Dragon,
I mean, I've heard you talk about it a little bit, but
of Kerr, specifically?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Why do you ask?
The story we are told.
As he starts, you see Ajo and Vitrak come sit down. Ajo has managed to find booze. He hands you some, Balrin, and he hands you some, Fulcrum, and he just sits
Oh.
down like he's gonna.
I like this one.
Everyone's always
He makes witty remarks. He brings me booze. How come the rest of the halflings and everyone else hasn't figured this fucking out already?
I've never seen him look positive towards somebody before.
This guy's been here 5 minutes and has figured out how to get aboard this ship, and the rest of them
He's
have been here
first
for
mate.
months and haven't figured it out.
You know, once he lost his arm, he became an entirely different person.
Okay.
My
alcohol-
mother said, when the world was young, Dragon became. Dragon looked across the world, knowing it was among all things, but it questioned. What did that mean? So Dragon asked, what is Dragon? Dragon chose for itself a mountain to rest upon and asked the most important of all questions. Here he sat, unmoving, asking for thousands of years. Then, upon one morning, dragons saw life. Creatures crawling on this new world that were not dragon. Dragon watched them and asked a new question. What does dragon do? The creatures were small, numerous, breeding and spreading. They made little villages. They hunted and killed one another. Then they spread to Dragon's Mountain. They built upon Dragon. Dragon not know what it was yet. But it did know that Dragon belonged to itself. It rose in anger and destroyed the creatures. It spoke its first words in dominion of itself in the world. Dragon is Lord. Those words burned, shocked, froze, poisoned, and melted the creatures and all they had built. Then the words left dragons and became themselves the anger of Dragon. And Kerr was born. Kerr was the lord of all he saw. He was rage, power, fear, and dominion. All learned what a dragon was that day. As Kerr ran, he spat fire, acid, lightning, poison, and frost. All he spat became life, and chromatic dragons spread his ruin across the world. Then Dragon, now empty of anger, looked upon the ruin of Kerr. Dragon watched, waited, and asked. After a time, Dragon saw the children of Kerr were now feared and worshipped. The children of Kerr were cruel in their place of dominion. And Dragon asked, "Is this Dragon?" Dragon's breath took to the skies to look down at all the fearful creatures. The breath unfurled its endless wings and soared into the glint of the sunlight, knowing only pity for those below her. The breath became Ishara, and knew that Dragon meant mother. Ishara found those afraid of Kerr's children and defended them. She carried them to safety. She drove away her brother's offspring and destroyed those foolish enough to harm her. Despite these efforts, Ishara soon saw she was one, and Kerr's children were many. She spread her wings and reflected sunlight upon the newly protected creatures. Everywhere her light shone, it became light as a dragon. The children of Ishara shepherded the weak against the wrath of their chromatic brethren. But dragons still looked down and asked, "What is dragon?" Dragon saw its anger and pity become named, so it would take name as well. Dragon rested and asked, "What is Dragon's name?" For 1,000 years, Dragon watched the world. Dragon watched brother Kerr become a tyrant and teach his children the same. Dragon watched sister Ishara become a mother to all and teach her children the same. Dragon watched new gods born, fight, change, die, and be reborn. Dragon felt deep into the heart of the world and listened to its secret name. Dragon thought and said, "I am Lonum." Lonum took flight and sought a refuge where it could survey the world and think on its questions. Lona made its questions living answers, and these questions became the children of Lonum, the rare gem dragons. Together, Lonum and his children asked questions and asked more. And from this truth, we continue to seek and ask. You see, those that follow Kerr are set on destruction.
I see. And this is part of the disagreement you had with your former comrades?
Yes,
It's kind of at the root of it all, I guess, huh?
You could say that. There have been multiple wars fought in the past over this, but
I mean, after hearing that story, it's pretty remarkable that you all work together at all.
well, none of this accounts for us. Dragonborn are their own generation. You just heard. You call them dragon, we call them elders or ancients. It's essentially their story, and they're very of what the religions tell us. It seems that one of the privileges of Dragonborn, our destiny is more of our own to make. At least that's what my mother always said.
we are free. That's why our colors are not fixed like the elders.
But it doesn't change people from giving Kodo shit for his colors. There's still a lot of problems with it.
Well, it's nice to hear you're free. That's the most important thing, really.
No,
Free to make your own decisions.
I've never heard of these shield dickheads till now, and all I know then is let's say we go home. We go home, and then what? Is this another war that's gonna start?
I don't know. I guess that depends on how many of them there are, and how deep they've embedded into politics.
That's a good question, but they've heard enough of dragon tonight, so I'm gonna pass out drunk right here.
Well, thank you for the story. It was really nice, Kodo.
Oh no, if there's one thing we love, it's talking about ourselves. And then he goes and he takes a nap.
He's
I just-
fascinating, though. I'd
I
heard.
wanted you to know who they're serving. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, traditionally, at least from where we're at, all the dragons that we have encountered were chromatic or metallic. I don't recall hearing anything of crystalline.
Vitrak's like, I've only ever seen two. And by seen, where we're from, it's treated almost like an omen of something good or something dangerous that's coming. And their sightings are made public knowledge very quickly because they are brief and they do not speak. And they purposely keep distance. I've only ever seen one fly near a town which I purposely went to because I'd heard it was there. And another time, one sat on a mountain range in a very reclusive portion of Katangir. And it's only because a mage friend of mine was able to get me there quickly. I've arguably seen one of their kind one more time than most any of our people get a chance.
Well, then I guess we were pretty blessed in what we saw when we first arrived in this island.
I suppose. Have you seen the one that flies the skies?
No, Kodo mentioned that, and I don't entirely know what that means, because for an ancient to be as large as he described,
Skeezer, could you illusion up a little, like show them what it looks like? See
Oh,
if it
sure.
matches
Let's
what
see.
they've seen before.
It was approximately okay.
Now imagine this size.
Only
It just goes on the side
approximately
of the boat, does it to scale?
7
doesn't tell
billion
anybody.
times larger. And it rained down small crystals as it flew.
it's possible what you saw would be the oldest ancient I have ever seen.
Wow, that fact apparently killed Morgaine.
Resonant.
Sorry.
Bowron
Getting the
goes
thing.
to
There's a
his
thing.
cabin
I had to grab it.
and comes
Sorry.
out with 3 of the scales. So I collected them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought someone grabbed some of those.
Yeah, I did. Will this help
I
you
would-
confirm?
I would trade for that a service, and I will do anything I can to find a way to pay you if you'd be willing to part with those.
Would you
Just
pay
don't
an
let her
arm
craft you a weapon.
and a leg? Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
I
don't need a weapon.
Just joking. It's not serious.
That's good.
It was supposed to be fun.
my brother will. My brother will craft you a weapon if that's what you're looking for. We just need to get our hands on a
I pull my trident
That's-
with my ghost hand, making the ghost hand form.
Okay.
I already have a
Why we
weapon.
call him Ghost Hand McGee the Dandy.
I thought it was Dandy Ghost Hand McGee.
I think it was
Yeah.
Dandy Ghost and McGee.
Ballroom. That's interesting.
That's what I thought the first time it happened too.
That is. I have no words. I'm sorry.
did you say you were good at sneaking into places? I thought I heard you mention earlier. We might need to either sneak into.
I have worked with Kodo for a number of years, but that was the cover. I'm
Yeah.
actually an agent of the Shining Bastion, and we are suspect of a group of Katangir's shield. So in truth, I'm actually a scout and a spy.
Oh well.
My skills are not in crafting, as Kodo will be very happy to tell you.
Well, but
All
Arguably,
those hours worked.
if you're trading your
Listen.
services, we might need them because we might have. Well, it sounds like several places we might need to break into in the near future, right?
I've been listening. It sounds like you all have quite a lot that you are choosing between. And I would hate for an additional thing to be put at your lap that falls to really Kodonai's decision. And then you hear like, "Meh," and my brother Ajo's decision, yes. So I will gather those interested here. I believe Kilrus will be one of them. And we will see to it about trying to find Ralithe on our own.
Hmm.
It's the least we can do. Kodo was able to free my brother, something I couldn't on my own. So it's fair, gives life for Ralithe that Kodo should save him. I should do what I can to save her.
Well, I suppose that
I
frees
don't
us
want
up.
to give you one more mouth to feed, and you seem to be doing. You're carrying. It seems a city on your backs, and I won't overstay my welcome.
Not overstaying. There's just been a lot of people who've needed help. This is a pretty awful place.
It's a terrible place, yes. But we try to stay together, and we try to be keeping our spirits up.
Well, the good
Tea?
food helps with that, Dibbin. Oh yes, thank you very much. It's good to cleanse the palate after that. I mean, the booze was good. Booze was fine. Tea.
Tea?
Ah,
Tea.
thank you. It's very good. I'm probably gonna turn in myself now. It's getting late. It sounds like if we're gonna have a lot of sailing up ahead of us, we're gonna go to this camp.
I agree.
Sounds like a very high likelihood of violence.
Usually does.
So get your rest, boys. We're heading to it tomorrow.
And so with that, everybody sleeps. Some more
Unnaturally.
easy than others.
Some of them are elves. They don't sleep. I know. Trance.
Balrin,
Shrugs.
You guys are just
Ooh.
wimps.
you are at the wheel.
Yep,
Not asleep at the wheel though.
that's right. Elves don't sleep.
That's right. That's right. We've established
And you
this.
Your mind starts to wander through your meditation. Normally, you're able to just focus on calm
You-
your breathing.
You move too far from your mic. You're cutting out.
Usually, you're able to slow your breath, calm your mind, focus on a single thing as your father taught you once. And then your heart rate will slow, and things will seem to just be at ease. And as you're looking, you see a single star fall from the sky. And as it falls towards the water, you see its reflection meet at the horizon line, and then it keeps going all the way down. And there's a tiny pulse. And then when you look around, you see that no one else reacted to that. And there are a number of people on the deck. Tolig is at the bow near the kill box. And now that you're up here on the boat, you don't remember ever seeing Tolig sleep. He's always on watch. He's always out there. He's twitchy and he's weird, but you don't really recall ever seeing him sleep.
It's a dwarven meth.
For real.
We know a thing or two about that from previous campaign.
There are about 8 people on the deck milling about doing different things. Some are having conversations, some just can't, and none of them reacted to it.
Do I feel like any of them saw, like we're even looking that direction?
You are out on the open water.
Yeah.
It's dark enough that there's not much else to see except to keep eyes open for islands. And it was far away. It didn't look like you've heard sailors tell stories of falling stars that were much closer, made more noise. This one, it literally looks as far as it could be, a streak of light that hits the water and seems to keep going into the ocean.
I guess what I'm curious of is if it seems like it hit out on the horizon, like when you're at open water, that's miles and miles and miles and miles and miles away.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously far away.
Yep.
Is it in the direction of anything that I know of?
It's in the direction your ship is going.
So it's out in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
As this happens and you're pondering what that means, Fulcrum,
Oh yay.
you wake up and there is a scratching deck above you.
Look around, immediately check on Ampersand. Sure he's safe with me.
His eyes are open, and he's clutching your side, and then he ducks underneath your shirt, another layer underneath.
I'm hearing this. So does this scratching sound like it's coming through the boards of the ship above me? Like it's happening.
Yes,
on the deck above.
that scratching is coming from the deck directly above you, which would be the staircase or that front board area before the captain's quarters, but not inside it.
I'm just gonna kind of pull myself up, rub my eyes a little bit, look around. Everyone else is just sleeping soundly.
As you get up, you see
Meditating.
there's webbing in the room
Oh
made
boy.
of tiny threads that when you pull on them, they tug and then rip. And everything in this room is covered in thread webbing, and it's pink. And then you hear dragging across the upper deck. You know her name.
Oh boy.
What's it?
Full Crow.
Okay.
And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 barbed, chitinous spear serrated tips punch through the deck. I will drink you. And then you wake up.
No, like I'm
What the fuck, dude?
waking up screaming, like probably Stitch just like forms in my hand as like I shoot up in my bed, just and I forget who sleeps with me. And I know Skeezer was in the cabin. Is it because we're like kind of like the reconstructed
Yeah,
old
yeah.
cabin, right?
Hey,
You wake up,
you doing okay
You
over
wake
there,
up.
buddy?
and then you hear ching, oh! And you look over, and Dibbin is shaking with a tea tray that doesn't have tea on it anymore.
Oh. It was like pull it right back inside me again. Oh, Dibbin, I'm so sorry. It was a dream. It was a dream. I'm so sorry, Dibbin. I'm so sorry.
Geezer, I'll make you another pot.
Yeah, okay. You doing okay, Fulcrum? This is like the many times this week.
Yeah. I mean, my dreams are usually pretty bad. That was a real bad one. I'm just kind of look around. I'm like getting my senses. Everything looks as
Fine.
normal.
Fine. There's nothing wrong.
I think I don't know. It's always hard for them to tell how much that was real and how.
Well, I mean, given the nature of everything else we've encountered, I mean, what would you really consider to be real at this point? But
Oh, a lot of it's been pretty. Well, at least turned into something pretty real or tangible. It was something coming to get me because of things I've learned recently. We kind of talked about before. I've kind of talked about with Mergain a lot, but.
you think maybe from your recent experience of blacking out and being where'd you say did you say the Aether?
Yeah, that was it. It happened a little bit after that. After I met Griggs. But that I don't know.
I'm not sold on Griggs.
No. What?
Oh,
What
you
do
guys, I'm assuming you guys insisted Griggs go on the veil.
Oh yeah. I think we would have done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's clearly in
It's
the
like-
tolerance.
I was
pile.
gonna say he's sketchy, so we
The
only
tolerance pile.
It's just a pile of just ne'er
only
wells.
pile of
tolerate.
tolerance.
Those are the people who are only with us because it seemed really stupid to leave them on the island so they could be sacrificed to a god.
So we put them on the boat that's certain to sink.
Yep.
With
Go on the
B
boat
team.
so they can all be
Oh, no.
swallowed by the god at once.
They go down and they drown in the water. That's not sacrificed to a would-be god, so it's okay.
Oh
Because-
man, we're just trying to turn the whole crew of the Tolerance into like a new Greg's guys for us or something now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really just looking to drop them off at the first port city we could find and just be done with them. But that's just Bowering.
So you woke up from another dream, and you said you think it has something to do with Griggs?
No. Yes. Not Griggs. I don't know about this specifically. This seemed like something new.
Hey, thanks for the raid from Zombie Decoy.
Thanks, zombie.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Raiders.
Zombie came back with friends.
Good stuff.
Zombie.
Hey, this was new. This was like a pink, really big pink spider. I hadn't seen that before in
I was
my
gonna
dreams.
say, I don't think I've ever heard you reference that color before. It's usually the more traditional colors, like red, the Roy G. Biv types.
Yeah, no, that was.
Who is
said
this
because
Roy G. Biv?
it knew that I had somehow kind of learned my whoever's been helping
Thanks,
me,
Grouch.
whoever
Yeah, thanks
gave
for the
me
bits.
Stitch. I've learned more about her, and I think because of that, this thing wanted to eat me.
Another competitor then.
Maybe. This seemed more like a predator kind of thing. I don't know. It was hard to say. It was like on the ship, weaving these webs everywhere. It was.
So a spider then. A pink spider.
That's what it made me think of. Yeah.
Don't think
That was
we've
pretty
encountered
bad.
anything spider-like.
No.
Giant frogs.
Except for me.
Well, yeah, yeah. Baller in the non-sleeping one over there. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna. I don't know. I know. Sorry, we're just all waking up. I'm gonna get ready. I'm air. Get some food. That was pretty unnerving.
well, we'll keep an eye. Anything changed on you? Are you different? That seems to keep happening to me.
I take a second to look over my tattoo on my arm. I'm looking for signs of pink anywhere, or the one on my leg even that got added after I destroyed the executioner's chair and the veil. Looking for signs of pink
Okay.
showing up on me.
I'll tell you what,
Okay.
buddy. I'll
All the
take a
threading
look
is
around.
as it was when you first went to sleep today.
Okay. I seem to be all here.
Yeah, you go ahead and get a bite. I'm gonna take a look around for you, and I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic.
Thank you.
It's kind of just do a peek around, just make sure. But
Gonna see if I can help.
All your magic pings the same as it would have yesterday as you set sail. Those that have magic ping magic. What is different when you're doing this ritual cast and sort of wandering the boat is Morgaine has an ambient aura of magic. When you come up deck to sort of check around, you see that he's got this bright moat of magic aura that is this tightly wound knot of magical formulae in the aura, and it is floating on the end of his guitar, his lute. And sometimes as he's strumming, it floats near the strings, and sometimes it floats near his shoulder. It is golden, and give me an Arcana check.
oh, shucky ducky.
Shucky ducky.
Shucky ducky.
Let's see, Arcana. Roll them beautiful dice. What do we get? I rolled a total of 12. Not looking amazing.
It's
magic.
It's
Do the thing.
magic. The interwoven formulae as they're spinning and twisting are extremely tight, and it's almost like rings moving inside of different speeds, and almost like as you're watching, you start to get kind of lost in it, confused, because it's almost as if it's a multiple lobed Mobius strip of magical formula And you do notice what makes it really hard for you to perceive is as he strums various changes, new lines appear and disappear inside of it, and some alter in size, almost like if you were watching a ticker, a chiron, but it was three-dimensional folded on itself, and then various letters and phrases change size, and it's also a language you don't recognize. What languages do you speak?
Oh, all of them. With the spell, all of them. But currently, I only know Common and Gnomish.
Okay.
Yep. That's strange.
Morgaine, as you are strumming absently, you see Skeezer come up. It's a little early for him to wake up normally, but you're just kind of noting his location. Other people are on the deck. Tolag has taken to his foot seems to tap in and out of rhythm with you, so it's somewhat frustrating. Like he's along for the ride with your song, but he's also fucking up and phasing out of tempo. And as you're strumming, you see the finch is sitting there humming in harmony with you. It nods its head and it makes eye contact. It keeps singing a little harmony along the way. And then as the dawn breaks, it lands on your shoulder and nuzzles at the base of your jaw right here.
So
And that's where we're gonna wrap because it's
shit.
1:30.
All right.
It is 1:30. It is 1:30.
The 1:30 has occurred. Damn.
We're gonna beat some ass next time.
Sure
think
are.
so.
Government.
Theoretically, I thought that was gonna happen tonight.
Sorry.
Well, there was a
No
lot of
worries.
stuff to learn.
There
We
was
got
a
lot of-
hammer for sure.
There was a
There was,
definite
there was a
thumping.
serious face hammering.
There was a
for sure.
serious hammering.
All right. So everyone, I don't know when we're back. I haven't checked the time schedule, but it is my hope that as we get closer to the 9th of December,
Nope, the 9th
November
of
9th
November.
is-
But
I did-
November 9th.
I will be
Based-
gone.
For
November
Air
9th.
Laser, I did update the panels down there, so I have the
Great.
next 4 game sessions currently listed.
Pew pew. Yes. Okay. So we're all set until the new year, and then when we get past the holidays, we will schedule everything probably into summer.
Nice.
And that'll be the plan. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for watching, despite all the technical difficulties. We got 15. That's awesome. We're back
Thank
up
you,
to where we had
everybody who
started.
stuck with us.
Yeah, it was
Appreciate
great.
your patience for staying with us, and I can't wait for you to join us again in the Everstorm.
So
Hell yeah.
thanks to Lich for the raid and Zombie for the
Yes.
raid.
Yes.
Monday night, 10 p.m. back here on TT2KB. Liching Arrow will be joining us for the wisdom check.
Oh,
So,
snap. Yep.
looking forward to that.
snap.
We will
Oh, yeah.
see everyone back then.
Yep, Dustin and I will
All
be spending
right.
some time on there with y'all, so enjoy that.
All right.
See you then, everybody.
And it is
Thank
time
you
to
so
stop
much.
that
Have a nice
stream.
night, everybody.
Shoot